Hey, new girl. You got a name?
My name? It's Alice. Who are you?
I'm Bo. That's Mary. What you in for?
I really don't know. I think there's been a terrible mistake.
Doubtful.
But the guards kept calling me names. I'm no name. I'm just a little girl. And they say I've committed treason.
Treason, huh? Well, you won't be in here long at all.
Really? You truly think so?
Certainly. A high-profile crime like yours? You'll be executed as soon as possible.
But I don't want to be executed.
I suppose she thinks execution is beneath her. She's too refined to be executed like the rest of us.
I don't feel refined. What were you charged with?
Criminal neglect. I lost my sheep.
How's that? Where did you lose them?
Well, if I knew where I lost them, they wouldn't be lost.
I'm sure they'll come home eventually. Wagging their tails behind them, you know.
Perhaps. Except for the one she stole.
I did not. I never laid a hand on your sheep. That lamb followed me. It followed me everywhere. I couldn't shake it. I thought I'd given it the slip on my way to school, but it tracked me down like a bloodhound. It did. Your lamb caused all this ruckus, and I'm the one locked up for disturbing the peace. My whole garden is probably completely overgrown by now.
You have a garden. Very, quite contrary. How does your garden grow?
With tiger lilies and other sillies who wanted to be in the show.
Who is she? She looks far too kind to be in here.
That's Mother Hubbard. She's in here for animal cruelty.
Ratted out by her own dog.
Man's best friend, my aching bunions. You must want me when they turn on you. Oh, no, a cat. That's a companion you can trust.
How are you holding up, kitten?
Where did you come from?
Club Diamond, don't you remember?
Oh, yes. You're the friend of that horrible man who thinks I'm a boy in an ugly dress.
The same horrible man who's planning on getting you out of here. He sent me to keep an eye on you, make sure you're okay.
He has a plan to release me.
Probably. And if he doesn't, I do. We'll start a diversion. Something small, like a fire in the royal chambers, and we'll escape during the confusion. We might have to shut a guard or two. We can steal their weapons, flee to the wilderness, and live a life as desperate bandits robbing and pillaging the countryside.
But I don't think I should like being a desperate bandit.
Well, have you ever tried it?
No? But can we wait to hear your friend's plan before we decide?
Whatever.
Why is that turtle crying?
She isn't a turtle. She's a mock turtle, and she's been crying ever since I got her.
Pardon me, ma'am, but why are you weeping?
Oh, mine is a long and sad tale. Once, I was a real turtle. When we were little, we went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We called him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
Because he taught us.
Makes sense to me.
Less weeping and more talking.
As I was saying, we went to school in the sea. So you mayn't believe it.
I never said I did it!
You did!
If you argue with her, we will be here all day. Just saying.
We had the best of education. We went to school every day.
I've been to a day school too, you know. You needn't be so proud of all that.
With extras
Yes, we learned French and music.
and watching.
Certainly not.
And yours wasn't a really good school. Now at ours they had at the end of the bill French, music, and washing. Extra.
You couldn't have needed it much. Living at the bottom of the sea.
I couldn't afford to learn it. I only took the regular courses.
What were those?
Reeling and rising to begin with, of course. And the different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
Uglification? I never heard of that. What is it?
What? Never heard of uglifying? You do know what to beautify is, I suppose.
Yes, make anything prettier.
Well, then if you don't know what to uglify is, there isn't much help for you.
What else have you to learn?
Well, there was mystery ancient and modern, with geography. Then drawing. The drawing master was an old conjuror that came up once a week. He taught us drawing, stretching, and painting in coils.
What was that like?
Well, I can't show it to myself. I'm too stiff.
And how many hours a day did you do these lessons?
10 hours the first, 9 the next, and so on.
What a curious plan.
That's the reason why they called them lessons, because they lessened from day to day.
Ace should have shown up by now. Starting to worry.
What should we do?
You will stay here. You are safe enough for now. I will go find Ace.
But how? We're locked in a cell.
See, my allergies come in terribly handy at a time like this. I'm allergic to dungeons.
Truly?
Absolutely. You see, whenever I find myself trapped inside one, I always break out. Keep your chin up, kitten.
I received your message. You have some news.
News? You want news? Well, here's a headline for you. Private investigator played for a sucker. Innocent kid behind bars.
I don't understand. Mr. Spade, you aren't making any sense.
Why should I? Nothing has made any sense since I started looking for this brother of yours.
Oh, have you found Jack?
Oh, I found plenty of jacks. This town is lousy with them. None of them go by the name Valentine, though. I've chased down every lead you gave me only to find dead ends. Well, that's not true. Everywhere I went, found one thing in common. Nobody knows Jack Valentine, but everyone's talked to a girl looking to leave town.
A girl.
Looks that way.
How was she involved?
Beats me, but I get the feeling that she's the key to cracking this case. So I shift my focus, start looking for the girl, see if she can't lead me to Jack. However, just when I catch up to her, she gets snatched by the heat. Guards give me some cockamamie story about how she's a knave of hearts and wanted for treason.
Arrested, you said?
What, am I speaking Jabberwocky? Arrested, incarcerated, doing time in the big house. So that's why I contacted you. See if you know of anyone else who might be looking for Jack. Or anyone who might not want him found.
I've been thinking about what you said earlier, Mr. Spade. About how finding someone who wants to be hidden may not be a favor. Perhaps you're right. Jack has gone to such lengths to disappear. It's selfish of me to ignore his wishes. I'm letting this go, Mr. Spade. I'm afraid I'll no longer be needing your services.
That's all well and good, Miss Valentine. But there's a kid locked away in a dungeon right now, held on false charges and—
How dare!
How do you know, Mr. Spade? What makes you so certain that the authorities have the wrong person?
Because it's my job to know things, sister. I know this kid is no more the name of hearts than you are. I wish I could just quit this case like you did, but I'm in up to my neck, and the only way out is for me to keep digging. Well, go on if you're going. Me? I got work to do.
Goodbye, Mr. Spade. I doubt we shall meet again.
Goodbye, Mr. Spade. I doubt we shall meet again. Drama queen. I thought you said we'd never see you.
You Spade?
Me, Spade? Who you?
I'm a traveling doctor. These here are my colleagues. We just stopped by to tell you that you've been working too hard.
Yeah, didn't you hear the man? You've been working too hard. Sit down.
Yeah, you've been placing a lot of unnecessary stress on your communal system. It ain't healthy. Give yourself a break. Take it easy for a while.
People who work too hard wind up in the hospital all the time. Or the morgue. Morgue's full of guys like you but didn't have the sense to back off and take things easy.
Perhaps you're right. I could use a vacation real soon, I suppose. Perhaps tell me who sent you here. I can thank him personally for looking out for my health.
Tisk tisk. Looks like Mr. Spade here has one of those compulsive disorders. Can't let go of his work.
Get him!
Oh, no you don't.
That didn't seem rational. Think Spade here has some neurosis or something?
I think we need to perform a physical. Yeah, complete physical.
Trey, watch the door. Ensure our patient's safety.
Gotcha, Deuce.
Somebody's coming.
Gentlemen, I've never seen such a classic case of overwork. Get some rest. A long rest. Keep slogging away, it's gonna get you killed.
Ace! I knew you would get yourself killed.
Easy there, pussycat. You weren't holding a dead man's hand.
Ace, what happened? You look like you've been beat half to death.
Keen observation skills you have there, pussycat. Maybe you should be the detective, and I'll start slinging booze.
Are you gonna be all right? Can you walk?
I'm fine. I'm fine. You should see the other guy, though. His hand's gonna ache for weeks. Hey, why aren't you with the kid?
Alice is safe enough. For now. When you didn't show up, I figured you'd gotten yourself into trouble again. Is that what I think it is?
The king is calling court session. Come on, pussycat. We don't have much time.
Ace, are you crazy? If you show your face in court, someone is bound to recognize you.
And if I don't, Alice is likely to leave about a head shorter than when she first arrived. Now, you gonna help me walk? Or you wanna slap me around a bit too?
Yes. I'll get you up and moving, but slapping some sense into you sounds really good right now.
You always say the sweetest things.
Isn't this exciting? A notorious criminal apprehended. A spectacular trial. An execution to anticipate.
It should be the event of the season. So many glamorous faces at court. Fashion, intrigue. Oh, I can hardly wait.
Not like our court ever sees much excitement. I hear the other court is much worse.
Really? How so?
Well, consider the chaos in the court of spades. The king of spades, he kissed the maids, which vexed the queen full sore. The queen of spades, she beat her spades, and turned them out of doors. The knave of spades grieved for these jades, and did for them before. The queen so gent, she did relent, and vowed she ne'er strike more.
Wow. And I thought the court of clubs had it bad.
Why? What's going on over there?
The king of clubs? He often drubs his loving queen and wife.
Queen of Clubs returns him snubs, and all is noise and strife. The Knave of Clubs gives winks and rubs, but swears he'll take no parts. For when our kings will do such things, they should be made to smart.
Well, if their names are going to be named in ours.
Oh, then you haven't heard about the Diamond Knave, have you?
No, do tell.
No time. Let's turn the prisoner over to the bailiff, and maybe after we can get together, I'll tell you about the Diamond Scoundrel then.
All right.
Darling, why are we here? I was certain my afternoon schedule called for a long nap and a hot bubble bath.
Do you remember the incident at lunch, dear?
My missing tarts? I was so disappointed.
We've captured the knave who stole our tarts, my love. We are here to pass sentence and execute her.
I suppose that means a trial first. How tedious.
Oh, we could skip it.
No. If we are to do it, we may as well follow procedure. Bring forth the accused. This is the knave.
Most assuredly, your majesty.
I thought the knave would be taller. No matter. Who shall serve as prosecution in this case?
That would be me, your majesty.
Very good. And who shall serve as defense?
I will, your majesty.
Off with his head.
Now wait just a minute.
I told you so.
Really, darling, can't this wait until after the trial? At this rate, we'll be here all day.
Your Honor, begging your majesty's pardon.
Yes?
Hands off. You heard the man. I just got a royal pardon.
Very well then. Shall we proceed?
What are they doing? They can't have anything put down yet, before the trial's begun.
They're writing down their names so that they don't forget them by the end of the trial.
Stupid things?
Silence in the court! Prosecutor, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, she stole those tarts and took them clean away.
Consider your verdict.
Not yet, not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Really? Oh well. Call the first witness.
First witness, will Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, please take the stand? Now, could you please tell us, Your Majesty, the events of this morning in your own words?
Of course, in my own words. I haven't any that don't belong to me. At breakfast this morning, my husband, the king, expressed a craving for tarts and a hope that some might be procured for his lunch, being not only a subject of the crown, but his loving, dutiful wife. I proceeded to bake a batch, a good 2 dozen or so. Once they were baked to perfection, I set them aside to cool. When I came back to check on them, they were missing, stolen by that knave, no doubt.
Majesty. Who has access to the royal kitchens?
Only a few hearts. Myself, the king, and the knave.
That is all, Your Majesty.
Well, Defense Counsel, do you wish to cross-examine the witness?
Certainly, Your Majesty. You stated that you began making tarts shortly after breakfast. Will you tell us when that would be by the clock?
30 minutes past 9.
And when did you remove the tarts from the oven?
11 o'clock, I believe.
And when did you discover that the tarts were missing?
11:30.
And if my client had stolen the tarts so soon after you removed them from the oven, wouldn't she have burned her hands?
Unless she wore gloves. Like the pair she had when she was apprehended.
No further questions.
Very good. You may take your seat again, dear. Call the next witness.
Next witness. Will the Hatter please take the stand?
I beg your pardon, Majesty, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
Ought to have finished. When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was.
15th. 16th.
Write that down. Remove your hat while court is in session.
It isn't mine. Stolen. I keep them to sell. I'm a hatter.
Give your evidence, and don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
You there? Bring me the list of the singers in the last concert. Go.
Give your evidence, or I'll have you executed whether you're nervous or not.
Your Majesty, I'm a poor woman. And I hadn't begun my tea not above a week or so ago, and the bread and butter getting so thin. And the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of the what?
It began with the tea.
Well, of course twinkling begins with the tea. Do you take me for a dunce? Go on.
Well, as I said, I'm a poor woman, and most things twinkle after that. Only the March Hare said...
I didn't.
Oh, you did.
I deny that.
He denies it! Just leave out that part.
Well, at any rate, the Dormouse said... And then I had some more tea.
But what did the Dormouse say?
That I can't remember.
You must remember, or I'll have you executed. A lot.
Your Majesty.
I'm a poor woman!
You're a very poor speaker.
Yes.
That is all you know, then you may stand down.
I'd rather finish my tea.
Then you may sit down.
Oh, I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Yes. You may go.
And just take her head off outside.
Time to go.
Call the next witness.
Next witness. Will the cook please take the stand?
Give your evidence.
Shan't. But Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Must I?
Please.
Oh well, if I must, I must. What are tarts made of?
Pepper, mostly.
Oh, sugar. Oh, honey, honey.
Collar that dormouse, behead that dormouse, turn that dormouse out of the court, press him, pinch him, or with his whiskers. executioner. The Hatter's head. Is it gone?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Excellent.
As well as the rest are running faster than a March hare.
Never mind. Call the next witness. Really, dear, you must cross-examine this next witness. Quite makes my forehead ache.
No. Next witness. Will the accused take the stand? What do you know of this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever?
Nothing whatever.
That's very important.
Unimportant to Majesty. of course.
Unimportant. Of course. I meant, consider your verdict.
Wait, Your Majesty. There's more evidence to come yet. Please, this notebook has just been picked up.
Well, what's in it?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. But it seems to be a journal of some sort. Probably the prisoner's.
Is it in the prisoner's handwriting?
No. And that seems to be the strangest thing about it.
Let me see that. Why, this is a guardsman's notebook. And look at this entry here. Rabbit reports stalker. Alleged stalker followed Rabbit down hole at approximately 1:15 p.m. Stalker accused of petty theft. Is this true, Whitey? My client followed you here at 1:15?
Well, yes, I suppose.
Then do you mind telling me how my client could have committed a crime that took place nearly 2 hours before she ever arrived?
Your Majesty, the prosecution wishes to drop the charges against the accused.
But what about my tarts? And what about the Knave of Hearts?
Interesting case, Your Majesty. Missing tarts, missing knave. The knave would have made a great scapegoat for the crime, if only he had been around. But nobody's seen or heard from the knave in months, right?
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen the rogue for quite some time. Have you seen the knave, my sweet?
Sure, the miscreant is around here somewhere. I'll go look for him.
Problem with committing the perfect crime is finding the perfect fall guy. So when you can't find your sucker, you hire someone to locate him. Isn't that right, Your Majesty? Or should I say, Miss Regina Valentine? Whoa.
And I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling kids.
I am so confused. Will someone just tell me what became of my tarts? Where are my tarts?
There never were any tarts. I didn't make them. I don't know how to make them. I'm the Queen of Hearts, not Betty Crocker! All you had to do was find me some nobody named Jack that I could blame for all this. Was that so hard?
And that's why you hired those goons to follow me? To arrest the first guy I thought might be your brother? Should have played fair with me from the start, sister. We could have worked out some to our mutual benefit.
But how did you deduce that the Knave of Hearts was missing?
Because, Your Majesty, I'm the Knave of Hearts. I was sick and tired of living under the constant threat of execution. So I found a decent line of work and tried to forget my old life.
This is
how many heads I've taken off since I took this job? 0. That's right, 0. You know what? That one gets a pardon. That one gets a heads up. I quit. I've had it. I'll go be a woodcutter. Yeah, woodcutters get to go rescue cute girls from big bad wolves and evil queens. Sayonara, suckers. Hey, how you doing?
He always was such a quiet fella. Well, they can't execute you. The dungeons are good enough. God sees him.
Who cares for you? You're all just a pack of cards. One hard breeze will blow all of you away. That felt wonderful. But how am I supposed to get home now?
Well, usually this is the part where the protagonist wakes up and realizes it's all been a dream.
But I'm not asleep. Are you, Miss Cat?
Nope.
Ow.
So if none of us are sleeping, if we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you
Wrong
have-
story.
There's no place like home. There's no place to write to. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be trapped here. Before the house lights wake you up, will you please use the magic of applause to send me home?
So, what happens next?
Nothing, pussycat. We're the stuff dreams are made of.
What happens to us?
Well, traditionally, the hero takes his girl Friday in his arms and gives her a good, hard smooch.
In your dreams, maybe.